Chapter 1 opens up to different people getting questioned and telling who they are. The first impression is that this is a game and they are NPCs about to give out missions. But the reality is that they have been teleported to an unknown place against their will, and it seems the world is magical, because there's no surprise when a magician is mentioned. By the way, the people are completely random and don't know each other. The only thing connecting the 11 of them is the fact that they are all from Taonia. I guess that must be a place or something. As they try to figure out what's going on, a pixie or fairy tells them to get ready to fight because the space-time rift is about to be opened. Obviously, they're like Slim Shady coming to 2024.
The fuck is this shit?
The fairy is all cherry, but no one is smiling with her lol. It's straight hands. A guy which we later know to be called Mormont draws his sword despite being warned against it by the fairy. So he pays the price when the psycho fairy shows her true colors. Anyway, after his deletion, everyone else falls in line and they get put in parties, 5 each. And for some reason, they are being referred to as heroes. That's pretty interesting. And by the way, this Mormont's name beside it was 2 stars, while the others that joined Party 1 only have 1 star. It might be a measure of strength or combat ability and the like. Anyway, at this time, the space-time rift opens up and the fairy asks the members of Party 1 to go in or end up like the other guy. A guy named Han, that previously introduced himself as a farmer, steps forward and requests for weapons due to the deletion of Mormont. After equipping them, Party 1 steps into the rift and immediately gets wiped out on the first floor. The remnants, Han included, are now put into Party 1 and also sent into the rift. Inside is the waiting area, floor 0, which looks like a double dungeon, and what a shocker, it's also a temple. They are sent to their challenge floor, floor 1, and meet their enemies, a handful of goblins. Something I really like about this art is that these goblins are not like the typical ones that are usually shown. Instead, their facial structure looks more orc-like. And by the way, why are goblins always the one getting the smoke? They are literally always the first ones that have to be defeated. Anyway, before Han could build up his team's courage, they had already dropped their weapons and started doing laps. Even the man that claimed to have arthritis earlier on, in fact, he was one of the faster ones. Unfortunately, they can't leave the challenge area. They are blocked by a wall. And the old man comes up with another excuse to leave. Lol, it seems like there will be no dull moment with this old guy around. We find out Han Yslat's real name, which is Han Sojin. He got sucked into the game while he was playing it. The goal of the game is to build, get stronger, and clear the 100 level tower. Chapter 2 shows the events that led up to him being transported into the game. A long anticipated event, a bugged boss monster, and a fourth wall break. On awakening, he discovers that he's on Taonir, a land of harmony between humans and non-humans, which has just been attacked by an unknown enemy and left ravaged. In his hand is his only possession, a sword. The master, whatever, summoned a 4-star female knight. So basically, the same way Han used to play the game on his phone without knowing the characters were real people, it's the same way this master, whatever, is playing it. He literally has no idea he's playing with people's lives. Anyway, to get to the next level, one of them will need to be synthesized, which is a guaranteed destruction to strengthen the other. So we now see the 2 ways that heroes can be deleted, in combat and through synthesizing. The last way, turning them into items, comes into play later. And somehow, after synthesizing with a 4-star hero, Han still remains a 1-star. He and the only reasonable member of his team, Jenna, who uses a bow, team up and begin training together, and he learns a few useful rules of the game relating to provisions and training. By the way, training doesn't raise your stats or levels, it just refines your abilities and makes you more skillful. And according to Han, main heroes are put into categories of mental, skills, and physique. Anyway, he tries to get some information and exposes his gamer identity to the fairy, Ysel. And it turns out that he was one of the most respected players of the Infinite Gacha game, with lots of fans, one of them being the fairy beside him. He was in the top 5 of the leaderboards and the first in Korea to break through the 88th floor. His IGN was Loki, nicknamed Master of Master. He and the fairy start working together, so he'll help her climb the tower and she'll help him get some inside info. And by the way, Han's situation is a bit complicated. He's an entity that is half monster and half hero, which is usually found only in a few 7-star heroes. So he has some privileges that others don't. So the general situation is that the living conditions get better the stronger they become. Their feelings like discontentment are also shown to the master so that he can decide to improve their conditions. By the way, Han and his party have cleared the 4th floor and are about to go to the next. Every 5 floors is a boss floor and is on a totally different level compared to the previous ones. And they have been constant summons, so their numbers have grown large, with even chefs, carpenters, and blacksmiths, etc., in their ranks. As their 5th floor mission continues, their party members get deleted one after the other. Just as Han is about to give up all hope, he is overcome by rage and awakens a skill, Berserk, then transforms. He looks like he has been half possessed by Sukuna right now. Imagine someone who was a legend and highly respected before in the game being defeated at just the 5th floor. That was what made him snap and refuse to accept the reality, thereby awakening the skill Berserk. He's literally a bug right now because he has both the Berserk skill and the Composure skill, which are complete polar opposites. One helps you keep calm and sane, while the other lets you gain tremendous power by losing your sanity. Might have something to do with his status as both a master and a hero. Well, half of both. Lol, imagine after fighting for your life and nearly dying in a game that's real. Then the master of the game now has network issues and you have to restart. Anyway, that's not what happened in the battle to clear the 10th floor. It was the bug monster that broke the 4th wall last time and brought Han into the game that arrives, just as they were about clearing the floor. I know you're asking who or what exactly this monster is, and I have a feeling that this bug monster is the developer of the game. Because apart from 7-star heroes, the level limit is 99, and this monster's level is over 10 times that. Well, it seems like he has a partner this time, a level 15 Dark Priest. Hey yo, this guy caused the whole situation to go out of hand. 2 heroes from Edith's team, Party 2, have already been deleted, while Edith and Han are bleeding. The identity of the bug monster is revealed to Han as he and the others complete the 10th floor raid. She looks like a grown-up version of Ysel, but it turns out that Ysel is just a clone of her, and not the only one. Not even the first one. She's like the 100 millionth and something. Her name is Tail, or Tai Li. She proposes that they work together to change the ending of the world, because it seems like all current endings lead to a total destruction of all worlds. Obviously, Han disagrees, like, who will be happy when they are just suddenly transported from their comfortable home to a game where they have to constantly fight for their life and be played around with? And not only that, but also cooperate with the person that did all that. Lol, you tripping. So while Party 1, Party 2, and Party 3 are training and working their hearts off, the others were relaxing and getting comfortable. And when the waiting room got renovated and divided into floors, only Party 1 and 2 were allowed on the second floor. There are 35 rooms in total on the second floor, and only 13 people were allowed to stay up there. So obviously, some people started getting discontent. And one dude who had never put in any work said he wouldn't accept it and took a page out of Han's book. He declared a strike with a few other people. Lol, they got synthesized immediately. In floor 20, that's where things go down. In the fight against the dragon, the boss of the floor, Party 3 is completely wiped out and the hero situation is not looking good. Even Han is stumped and doesn't know what to do. Literally everyone is bleeding out or already deleted. In the midst of the battle, Han unlocks a new skill, Indomitable, and Dragon Slayer when he defeats the floor boss. Indomitable decreases negative status effects and is a great match with Berserk, and Dragon Slayer gives an advantage when fighting against dragons. So the rift has been opened and teams can visit other masters' waiting rooms. A few selected masters are chosen. Selected chosen, bruh. A few selected masters are chosen to bring their team to Niflheimer, which should be the most powerful waiting room in the game and in real life too. Oh, I peeped that after the teams got to Niflheimer, the art of the Manhwa name changes. That's a cool detail. And of course, I didn't miss the Naruto and JoJo references. Lol, even the One Punch Man reference. Back on track, Han has just made a new growth type weapon, a sword named Bifrost. The process involved is ridiculous. The types of games and puzzles you have to pass are literally tagged impossible and will make you say like what. By the way, somewhere along the line, the master's name was changed from whatever to anything. Might be a change of translators or something. And randomly, chapter 98 is weird. Seems like it was supposed to be a previous chapter, but was accidentally put here. Might be the error of the redactor. Anyway, the manhwa currently has 100 chapters. Next one should be dropping very soon, and that's where we end off today. Smash the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, and have a good day. We out of here. Oh wait, I haven't done the rating yet. Why didn't you all remind me, bruh? Onto the rating. The art is super gremlin. Nothing negative to say about it. It's just that good. And I can't count how many screenshots I had to take because of how good it looks. I give it 5 stars. The story is really well thought out and even has a villain, Tail, which might not even be the final enemy, because we haven't found the destroyer of all those worlds. Even the strategies used are really smart. The division of flaws, the tactics, and the real world game world relationship, which is a little blurred. It gets 5 stars from me. For the character, as the synopsis says, Han never accepts defeat. He keeps on grinding and training, never forgetting about his goals and all. Even the fact that he could have just stayed in Niflheimer and become the vice master there with all the power, but he refused and still opted to be a hero of whatever. And also the way he's humble and not simpy or biased, that's cracked. From being a novice through training every single day, honing his skills and getting better and stronger, he's now able to fight on par with the 4-star Therianthrope King's successor. That's 5 stars from me. Engagement steadily increases because you always look forward to what comes next. So many close calls will keep you at the edge of your seat the whole time. And the thought that, yo, he might actually be defeated this time will keep popping up in your head, lol. It's great, full stars for it. And the relation with the genre slash theme. The tags on it are action, adventure, fantasy, sci-fi, shonen, and manhwa. I agree with all of them, but I haven't really seen any sci-fi stuff. Like maybe the flying ships were advanced, but they could have just been made by magic and enchanted materials or game mechanics. Doesn't really feel like advanced science or technology. I still give it a 5 star though. So this is the first manhwa to get a full 5 star rating from me. Wow, it really is amazing. By the way, I'm bringing back the tiers. I've figured it out now. 0 to 2 stars is bronze tier. 2.1 to 4 is silver tier. And 4.1 to 5 is gold. So pick me up. Infinite Gacha Manhwa gets a 5 star gold rating. Floor cleared. We out of here.